Hi everyone, so in this video, I'm going to be going through opening accounts with your wholesalers, okay? Because it's all good and well finding suppliers, right? Whereas, let's say, for example, if I told you go through trade shows and find your suppliers that way, it's all good and well you, let's say, going through these trade shows, and perhaps you might come across a supplier which could literally transform your business, right? However, if you do not understand how to open up accounts with these guys, that information is pointless. Okay, so now that's what we're going to go through in this video. We're going to go through how to open up accounts with these wholesalers. Very, very simple. Okay, now, first of all, what is very, very important is understanding that it's pointless going out there, going to try and open up accounts with everyone. We only want to open up accounts with the right sorts of companies, with the right sorts of suppliers, right? Like, something I like to say is outreach without precision is pointless. Outreach with precision is vital. So how can we find the right sorts of suppliers? It's by, for example, using certain strategies and methods to find and saturate suppliers, which I touch on a lot in my video. For example, let's say we go through trade shows and we find the right sorts of suppliers that can actually make us money over the long term, suppliers which cannot be stored for and stock, suppliers which we can have longevity with. Okay, now that's the first thing, which is very important. Now, once you understand that, okay, we have a good supply here, or we have the right sort of supply which we want to actually go and get this account open with, your approach. 99% of the Amazon sellers out there do not know what they're doing when it comes to approaching wholesalers, approaching suppliers. They'll either A, lie, or B, say they're Amazon sellers and get shut down completely, and then not understand how to do the whole objection handling side of it. Your approach needs to be on point. Okay, you need to have an understanding of your business. You need to have a company ethos. Your company needs to be presented in a professional manner, right? Because this is B2B. You're buying from businesses as a business. So you've got to think essentially, how can we offer these companies value? Okay, because that's what we're doing. This is what business is. Business, all business is, any type of business is just exchanges in value. So you've got to think, okay, as an Amazon seller, we're offering value obviously to our customers by giving them next day delivery. As an Amazon FBA seller, by giving them next day delivery and also giving them some really great prices, right? And convenience. Now you've got to think, okay, how are we offering value to the other side of things? How are we offering value to the companies we are buying from? So when it comes to approaching these suppliers, it's got to be, hello, I'm calling from company X, Y, and Z. This is what we do. This is what our business ethos is. This is how we approach business. This is how we work with our suppliers. And everything that you mentioned there has to be valuable for these guys. Has to be essentially a value proposition whereby you are showing these guys, look, we'll be a great customer for you. We'll give you consistent revenue. We'll do consistent business with you. We won't affect any of your current accounts, and we will utilize a machine that is Amazon, right? But it's understanding how you convey that to these wholesalers, to these suppliers in a cohesive, coherent manner, right? So that's very important. You have an understanding of how to approach these suppliers, how to get your foot in the door with these suppliers, how to open up accounts with these suppliers. Now, this massively hinges on your understanding of many things. For example, the supply chain of products, your understanding of where your business sits within the supply chain, how you can offer value to these sorts of companies, how an Amazon wholesale seller can actually be so valuable to these wholesalers and suppliers. These are the things which we need to be conveying to these companies. Okay, not just going in lying about not selling on Amazon, or going in and saying, okay, we sell on Amazon, and then not positioning it properly, because that's what 99% of people do. When they do say that they sell on Amazon, they don't position it properly, they get rejected. Then everyone thinks wholesalers hate Amazon sellers. No, they hate the wrong type of Amazon sellers, which happens to be 99% of other Amazon sellers out there. And yeah, don't go in lying to these guys, because when it comes to lying to these people in person, good luck with that. So another thing which is very, very important is objection handling, because the whole point of wholesale and it is longevity, right? Stocking products consistently over the long term. And one way in which we can achieve that is by getting access to higher barrier to entry suppliers, products, and prices. So essentially having products, prices, and supplies other people just won't be able to get access to. And obviously, objection handling will help you get these products. For example, let's say you have a supplier which rejects every single Amazon seller, and 99% of other Amazon sellers will cut the phone. You want to be that 1% of an Amazon seller that objection handles, that goes in and says, look, and then this will be stuff which I will say to my students, which are in my program, which is literally how you can be valuable to these guys, right? Because you've got to think about it. You're an Amazon seller doing wholesale. Amazon is the biggest online retailer in the UK. That can be a very, very good tool to have in a wholesaler's pocket, right? In a wholesaler's toolbox, armory, whatever you want to call it. But you've just got to understand you position yourself as a valuable company, a valuable customer, while alleviating the pain points that typically come with being an Amazon seller, right? Amazon seller customer. So that's how we want to objection handle, whereby we are listening to these companies, listening to their pain points, and conveying the value that we can add to them while alleviating any pain points that they have. That's what the whole story is, or the whole goal behind objection handling is, whereby we address any concerns they have and literally say to them, look, we are not going to add to any of these concerns or provide you with any of these concerns, right? Now, it's these things which will get you accounts that no other Amazon sellers gain, because 99% of other Amazon sellers are cutting the phone upon first rejection. 99% of other Amazon sellers as well don't know how to approach the business, how to talk to these companies. And this is why it's so vital, because it's all good about knowing how to find these companies, but it's pointless if you don't know how to open up accounts with these companies, which will actually make you money over the long term. And like I touched on earlier, if you want to know all of this, all the answers basically in front of your face, you can apply for my wholesale program using the link down below. We cover all this in depth. I show you how to find the right source of supplies, how to approach these companies, how to set up your business, how to set up everything, how to handle objection, how to handle essentially problems which may come up, right? Everything I cover, okay, in my program. If you want to essentially see if you're a good fit, link down below to book in a call. But yeah, back onto this. Essentially, this is vital. Okay, you need to understand this, because imagine you might miss out on let's say for example, you find a supplier which really speaking could make you £5,000 a month in profit. You fail at this stage, you don't know how to open up the account with this supplier, because you don't know where you're positioned, how your business operates, what you need to say on the phone, how to get these accounts open, how to conduct these meetings. If you don't know how to do it, you're costing yourself £5,000 a month in profit. Okay, so that's something for you to think about. Okay. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. Any questions, comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you all in the next video.